There is an effort in this state, there's complaint in this state that our tobacco taxes are the lowest in the nation, and that we don't collect sales taxes on products that are purchased over the internet. Are either of those open to discussion as a way to close this budget gap?
Well, I don't think that those are issues that will be brought before this legislature this year. I know that there's been discussion in the past about it, but with such a weak recovery coming out of the recession of several years ago, now's not the time to be talking about an increased tax burden on any segment of our society. And so I don't look to be bringing those issues before this body, and that was one reason why we had the fall session, the special session, was try to come up with tax credit reform. So I believe there's a way for us to balance the budget with the existing revenue that the taxpayers will be sending us. And I, like Senator Schaefer, am waiting to see what the governor's plan is as we move through the process.
Well, the tax credit issue is far too important not to address, would be the answer. And the first question at this press conference was about revenue enhancements. I think it would be ridiculous and ludicrous to ask people to pay more taxes when 2 tax credit programs alone in the economic development last year were redeemed at $260+ million. So the answer is whether they're short-term savings or long-term savings, there's certainly an urgent responsibility for this legislature to deal with this. If it means the deal that we passed during special session, but we should continue to work on it because the numbers themselves dictate it.
Well, let me address both of them. One, the issue of, we do have the lowest cigarette tax, I believe, probably in the country, but the voters have had an opportunity to increase it twice and voted no twice. So I don't think there's a lot of enthusiasm for us to go in and tell the voters that they were wrong and we need to raise cigarette taxes. If it's put on the ballot, then each and every voter across the state will have an opportunity to choose that, but cigarette tax increase is not something that will pass the House while I'm speaking. 2, with regards to the internet tax, I see both sides of that issue. I see a fairness side where, like, for example, in my community of Perryville, the Main Street stores are having to collect sales tax, but the internet-based companies are not. I think that's something that we should have a discussion on, but our caucus will make a decision on that as a whole.